Good morning.
Good morning.
It is Thursday. June 12th.
What?
Well, I mean, I know my work was like, we think we're going to be slow today. Would you mind not being paid today? And I was like, I'll take the day off, yeah.
My work said, come into the office.
Oh. So he's got Caldi's and I was going to drive her to work because it's like, yeah, she is now at the point where she should be safe to drive. But she hasn't driven since the surgery, and I figure morning traffic probably not the best first time to drive. Yeah. We'll drive over the weekend and let her practice then and make sure there's nothing weird with how things work with,
yeah,
you know.
If like pushing on brakes or something hurts my tummy. Or
yeah, it's like just different muscles. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like practice different muscles and let's do it when there's no tide pressure.
Right.
So, but we did get coffees first.
Coffees.
And while obviously not ideal having to spend the first, I don't know, 90 minutes getting Beth to work and then driving back on the day that I was blessed to have off, it does mean that she's not here, so I can clean up her work stuff and film some unboxings with my time off, and that's nice. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna set a computer. I don't know, maybe some Dwarven Forge, maybe a Bones set or two. Who knows? It's probably at least those two because I got those already pulled out. But yeah, I was like, let's film an unboxing or two, right? That'd be fun. Get new toys. It always feels like getting new toys. I already have them. They're sitting on the shelf and in this box that's in the way on the floor. But I don't have access to them until I open them. So I was gonna do that. And my day was spent filming unboxings. I ordered 3 unboxings of Dwarven Forge, so I think I'm basically caught up with all the Dwarven Forge that I have at this point. And 2 of the Bone 6 unboxings. Still have several more of those to do, but it's progress. That's what, 5 videos that were recorded today? Wonderful. It's basically taking my whole day. Although I do have to now maybe tidy things up a little bit and head out to get Beth, because I have an errand I would like to run before actually picking up Beth. And I'm making a quick trip to IKEA. I can't do any shopping. I got like less than 15 minutes to hang out here. I just basically need to get back, pick up like 2 things. A Billy height extension unit and a compliment insert for jewelry for Beth. And that's it. Just those 2 things. I got 2 things, picked them up, and now I'm gonna go pick up Beth and get her home. So we got home and have started heating up some chicken enchilada soup for dinner. And historically, Thursdays have been class day for Beth.
Yeah.
But this class doesn't have any actual class. Which seems frustrating.
I hate it.
But that means that really Thursday is actually the day that Beth has the least schoolwork to do, because she has the most time left to do it. So we're thinking we could still do movie day. And she picked Lilo and Stitch last movie day, which I guess was a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, we missed last week because I was in the hospital.
Oh, yes, that's why. And so I was like, well, I'll just do movie day, and I was gonna watch League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
Okay.
One of the Extraordinary Gentlemen is a lady, but you know, it's fine. She still counts.
Okay.
It's when is it from? I feel like I saw it in theaters, but I feel like it's been a long time.
I don't know. I've never heard of it.
From 2003.
Wow.
Yeah. So I was still in high school when it came out. I think it's like based on some comic or whatever, but
I was 6.
yeah, you didn't go see it?
No.
No. Might have been a little violent for a 6-year-old. I don't really know. But it's fun.
Yeah.
So we was gonna finish making our soup or dip, because we eat it with chips, so it's basically dip. But
I eat it with a spoon too.
Yeah.
I soup it up.
And then settle in and watch League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. And I would give the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen a 6.6 out of 10.
Feels high.
It's fun. From the back of the box, a hunter, a scientist, a vampire, an invisible man, an immortal, a spy, a beast. When a masked madman known as the Phantom, spelled with an F, threatens to launch global Armageddon, legendary adventurer Alan Quartermain commands a legion of superheroes, the likes of which mankind has never seen. Distinctly all ones that we have seen. Anyways, now, despite fighting their own personal demons and each other, they must join forces to save the world. Sean Connery leads a stellar cast in this breathtaking thrill-a-minute, per Jeffrey Lyons, NBC TV, extravaganza loaded with eye-popping effects and amazing action, per Bill Bergoli of Westwood One. Yeah, so it's got the Invisible Man, it's got Captain Nemo, it's got Tom Sawyer, it's got Alan Quartermain, it's got a vampire who was bitten by Dracula, it's got Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, and it's got Dorian Gray, all teaming up against Moriarty from Sherlock Holmes, who's trying to start World War I, only with superhero people. It's a fun sort of superhero team-up kind of thing that's set in, like, Victorian era England, Paris, Venice, parts in, was it Kenya, up to sort of Mongolian Arctic. Like, it's a big travel extravaganza with superhero-like characters that are all just characters from books. It's fun in concept. It makes the characters exciting. It's 2003, so the graphics are acceptable. She very early pointed on, like, why is the Invisible Man's makeup only on his face in some scenes, but covering his entire head in others? I'm just like, well, because the budget wasn't there to make it only on his face in all of them, but they wanted to have it look cool in some scenes.
Yeah.
It's a lot of betrayal, and ultimately the only way that you really understand the story is that there's a point, you know, 3/4 through where the villain just literally explains everything that's been going on.
Yeah.
However, having watched it multiple times, having known what's going on, everything is laid out ahead of time, and that is fun. It is fun that things are all plain and laid out, and like on a rewatch, it's like, of course. So like, there are just things that's like, how did I miss that? So that is fun storytelling when you're catching things. You're like, all the clues were there. So that is nice. And it just makes me happy for a lot of the characters. It's a lot of character work that's fun. And just fun to put all those together. It's whatever. It's the Avengers, except they didn't have to do any setup movies because you just know them from, you know, classic literature. You've enjoyed it so much, huh?
It's fine. I don't feel like I know all of them from classic literature. So, like, I don't know the Quartermaster.
Quartermain, yeah.
Quartermain. I mean, I know vampires in general, but she's clearly not the normal vampire because she's out in the freaking sunlight.
Yeah, that's the thing.
That's weird. So that's two. And mind you, I love Twilight. They at least give them we can't be in sunlight because it's gonna make it obvious. I don't care that they fucking sparkle. They still shouldn't be out in the sunlight because it's gonna be obvious to everyone. They don't burn. She didn't sparkle or burn. She was just fucking normal. Like, what's the fucking point? So I didn't like that. And then there's also no explanation of, well, you know, it's fine because I've got this magic ring that was enchanted by a witch that allows me to be in the sunlight. Like Vampire Diaries. Like, I'm up for whatever plot line you want to put me for vampires being in the sunlight. They didn't do anything. So there's that.
So that's literally, honestly, like, the last scene is the one that she's mad at for that.
I'm mad at a lot of things.
Because
honestly,
at no point or prior to that does she end up in sunlight other than when it's very overcast.
And that's a kind
actually, now that I'm thinking about it, Was it Sunny when they were on when the
they might have been.
Nautiloid was...
They might have been. I just didn't think about it at the time. But I'm noticing it in like the blaze of like desert, you know, Africa, not desert, but like dry, barren Serengeti, Africa. And then she's like out in it, dressed in black, and I'm like,
slight veil.
The fuck is she out in this fucking sunlight? So you know, she was on the boat in the sunlight.
To be fair, that's a thing I never thought about before, and I'm like, that's kind of weird that I never thought about it, but that's true.
So there's that. And then, I don't know Captain Nemo. I'm sorry, I'm not familiar with his folklore. I've literally never heard of him before.
Oh, see, I'm not like familiar with his work, but I'm
literally never heard of him before.
At least conceptually familiar with him.
And then Invisible Man, I didn't know that was a literary thing. I thought that was just superheroes. So I didn't know that was a literary thing. So again, it's feeling like this weird... The only literary ones that I know of are Dr. Moriarty, our bad guy, Sherlock Holmes, and Dorian Gray, another bad guy.
Tom Sawyer.
And Tom Sawyer. Sorry. I forgot about Tom Sawyer because he doesn't feel Tom Sawyer.
Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde.
And Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. So there's 3 of them that I'm just like, meh?
Yeah. I don't specifically have recollection of the specifics, but yeah, I know that she is tied to the more specific, like the Van Helsing tales of Dracula.
Fine,
so
whatever,
I don't know the specifics of those. I'm only familiar with Quatermain that he is from literature from this. Like, I looked up that he's from it after, whatever, seeing it in high school or whatever. But not books that I'm familiar with. And then Captain Nemo, I'm, like, conceptually aware of. Like, I'm more familiar with, like, the Nautilus than I am him. Like, his ship. But ultimately, he's there for his ship. Like, so that's probably, in his stories, the more important part.
Yeah, no, it wasn't bad. It just was, whatever, kind of a lot of, like, old tropes of the villain has to explain things halfway through. That's always kind of whatever, because I'm just like, okay, that's, okay, cool, fine, whatever. I don't mind it, but it feels overdone, maybe? I don't know. And then, they did the obvious of... oh my gosh, the bad guy is the Invisible Man. He's so sneaky, blah, blah, blah. He's bad. I'm like, okay, you guys have pointed it out so much that I know he's not bad. I don't know.
She called it.
I don't know who's bad. I was like, I'm kind of leaning towards Dorian.
Yeah, no, when she said, I don't think it's him, I was like, well, who do you think it is? She's like, I don't know. Dorian's suspicious, but I don't know. I was like,
yeah.
Yep, she's got it.
So I'm just like, and I don't like that. I don't like when I can pin it. I like proper twists and turns and like, and it's just, it's actiony, it's fine, but I got to the point in any movie where there's a whole bunch of like gun shooting, I'm like, how the fuck are so many of these bullets missing with your machine guns? How are they not just like hitting everyone? And then our guys with the pistols have perfect fucking shots. I'm like, bullshit. So I'm not a fan. And then the romance in it, she shuts down Sawyer because he's too young and sweet. Lame. He's the cute young one. Go for him, girl. But then she's kind of got a romancy thing with Dorian Gray. Don't mind having a romancy thing with the bad guy.
Great as a history, yeah.
But she's got a history with him. But again, he's the bad one. And then when she sees what he turns into with the picture thing, and she's just so disgusted, I'm like, yeah, girl, you've been fucking with an ancient dude. Like, we all... That's what happens.
Well, remember, she didn't know.
True.
With her history from it, she didn't know because when they're all meeting, she's assuming that he was the young one because he's younger than Quatermain.
Yeah, you're right.
No, he's...
he's the old one here.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, it's fine. It's meh. It's a movie. Does it get a thumbs up? No. Should you see it? I don't know. It's whatever.
I had fun with it. But also people that, like, it's based on, like, a graphic novel or something, and I know people that know it, like, knew the story from that, also didn't like it because it didn't live up to what that was, so.
I could see that. I could see this being a
better story, and this is, yeah. But it's a fun time.
Yeah. No,
it's not deep, it's fun. And that's what, it's fun. I had fun with it.
I didn't.
I'm sorry.
I was bored.
Okay. Well, you think of a better movie for next week then.
Okay.
Okay. But
But we had to sit through and watch it anyways, because we gotta get through all the movies.
Yeah, no, there's ones in there that I actually think are not great that I'm like, no, I'll watch it.
Yeah, that's gonna be rough. Beth's just gonna play on her phone.
Thank you for joining us. Join us as our journey continues. Bye.
Bye.